Hello everyone, welcome back to the chapter Climate. This is the last episode of this podcast, and I am Shumana Sarkar from Birla Vidyaniketan. So, in this episode, we are going to talk about the advancing monsoon or the rainy season and the retreating or post monsoons, which is also called the transition season. We will discuss about the distribution of rainfall and monsoon as a unifying bond. So by early June, the low pressure condition over the northern plains intensifies. It attracts the trade winds of the southern hemisphere. These southeast trade winds originate over the warm subtropical areas of the southern oceans. Remember, I told you its location, approximately 20 degrees south over the Indian Ocean. This southeast trade wind, when crosses the equator, change its course due to a force. Do you remember its name? Yes, it is the Coriolis force, and now it blows in a southwesterly direction. It enters the Indian peninsula as the southwest monsoon. These winds are strong and blow at an average velocity of 30 kilometers per hour. That probably helped the Arabs to come to India faster than usual. Now, what are the effects of this monsoon wind over India? Well, it brings about a total change in the weather. Some parts of India experiences heavy rainfall, like the windward side of the Western Ghats receives very heavy rainfall, more than 250 centimeters. The maximum rainfall of this season is received in the northeastern part of the country. Monsoon in the southern ranges of the Khasi Hills receives the highest average rainfall in the world. Rainfall in the Ganga Valley decreases from the east to the west. Please remember this point. Places like Rajasthan and parts of Gujarat get very little rainfall. Another phenomena associated with this monsoon is its tendency to have breaks in rainfall. Means it has wet and dry spells. In other words, the monsoon rains take place only for a few days at a time. They are interspersed with rainless intervals. This is an important keyword like burst. I hope you remember the term burst and its meaning. Because of the widespread rain, the catchment areas of the Himalayan rivers wake, resulting devastating floods, causing damage to life and property in the plains. All of you must have heard of the Kedarnath flash flood occurred in May 2013. You also know that Assam experiences heavy flood every year due to the rise in the water in the Brahmaputra river. In 2018, Kerala experienced its worst ever flood due to unusually high monsoon rain. The monsoon is known for its uncertainties. The alteration of dry and wet spells vary in intensity, frequency, and duration. While it causes heavy floods in one part, it may be responsible for droughts in the other. It is often irregular in its arrival and its retreat. Hence, it sometimes disturbs the farming schedule of millions of farmers all over the country. Our next topic is retreating or post monsoons or also called the transition season because it is the transition from hot weather to cold weather season. You must be remembering that after 23rd September, which is the equinox day, our dear old sun moves towards the south. The low pressure condition over the northern plains gradually replaced by a high pressure system. The southwest monsoon winds weaken and starts withdrawing gradually. By the beginning of October, the monsoon withdraws from the northern plains. The months of October-November form a period of transition from hot rainy season to dry winter conditions. The retreat of the monsoon is marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. While day temperatures are high, nights are cool and pleasant. The land is still moist. Owing to the conditions of high temperature and humidity, the weather becomes rather oppressive during the day. This is commonly known as October heat. Another important keyword. In the second half of October, the mercury begins to fall rapidly in northern India. The low pressure conditions now prevails over the Bay of Bengal. This shift is associated with the occurrence of cyclonic depressions which originate over the Andaman Sea. These cyclones generally cross the eastern coast of India, causes heavy and widespread rain. These tropical cyclones are often very destructive. The coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh are frequently struck by cyclones which cause great damage to life and property. The bulk of the rainfall of the Coromandel coast is derived from depressions and cyclones. Now we will discuss about the distribution of rainfall. You have to remember these data a little bit. Point 1. Parts of western coast and northeastern India receive over about 400 centimeters of rainfall annually. Point 2. It is less than 60 centimeters in western Rajasthan and adjoining parts of Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab. Point 3. Rainfall is equally low in the interior of the Deccan Plateau and east of the Sahyadris, that is the Western Ghats. Can you guess why? You remember about the windward and leeward sides? So the eastern part of the Western Ghats is on the leeward side. Next point. A third area of low precipitation is around Leh in Jammu and Kashmir. The rest of the country receives moderate rainfall, while snowfall is restricted to the Himalayan regions only. Owing to the nature of monsoons, the annual rainfall is highly variable from year to year. Variability is high in the regions of low rainfall, such as parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and the leeward side of the Western Ghats, while areas of high rainfall are liable to be affected by floods. Areas of low rainfall are drought prone. We can conclude this chapter by saying that we have a diversity in the climate of India. The Himalayas protect the subcontinent from extremely cold winds from Central Asia. This enables northern India to have uniformly high temperatures compared to other areas on the same latitudes. Similarly, the peninsular plateau, under the influence of the sea from three sides, has moderate temperatures. Despite such moderating influences, there are great variations in the temperature conditions. Nevertheless, the unifying influence of the monsoon on the Indian subcontinent is quite perceptible. The seasonal alteration of the wind systems and the associated weather conditions provide a rhythmic cycle of seasons. The Indian landscape, its animal and plant life, its entire agricultural calendar, and the life of the people, including their festivals, all revolve around this phenomena. Year after year, people of India from north to south and from east to west eagerly await the arrival of the monsoon. These monsoon winds bind the whole country by providing water to set the agricultural activities in motion. So by saying this, I am concluding this chapter. Hope you enjoyed learning it. Good day, children.